Okay, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is officially upon us. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It is officially upon us, so I figured I would give everybody one day before I did a spoiler review. I know, dick move. But I just need to get Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom out of my system. There's a lot I want to talk about with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And so this is going to be a full-on spoiler review. Yes, this early, full-on spoilers. If you have not seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I do have a spoiler-free review you can check out. Or if you don't care about spoilers, then hey, welcome. Let's get started with talking about spoilers for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, like I said in my review for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, this movie, the first half of the movie is still silly, it's still cheesy, but I feel like it's dumb, popcorn fun. That's really what I was getting. The first scene of the movie is actually really reminiscent of the first scene of the original Jurassic Park movie. I forget the guy's name, but you know that scene in the beginning of the first one where he's like, shoot! Ah! Yeah, him. Yeah, there's a scene at the beginning of this that's very reminiscent, where this team goes into the old Jurassic World that is now abandoned. They go to try and retrieve the bones of the Indominus Rex, but they're attacked by the Mosasaurus and the T-Rex. I thought that was a really actually clever scene. I thought that was a cool way to begin the movie, because it's like, yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park. Let's throw a little homage to Jurassic Park in there, and that scene kind of reminded me a lot of the original Jurassic Park, so I give them kudos for that. After that, we go to the island with Owen Grady, Chris Pratt, the Dino Whisperer, and Bryce Dallas Howard. Bryce Dallas Howard does have a little bit more to do in this movie. She's not as annoying as she was in the original one. She's actually the head of this dinosaur protection agency because, yeah, apparently there's a giant-ass volcano on Isla Nublar that is going to blow up, and the dinosaurs are going to become extinct. So there's this rich billionaire playboy named Eli Mills, who's actually like this older guy, Lockwood. It's his assistant, but for some reason Eli Mills is in Lockwood's mansion. I don't know. He's a rich billionaire playboy, and he asks Claire to go to Isla Nublar to save the dinosaurs. And yeah, Owen Grady goes with her. The island blows up, but the island starts blowing up because the volcano erupts, and that was really where I was having fun with the movie. That was the most fun I had with this movie. It was silly, it was dumb, it was cheesy, and they made Chris Pratt like a superhero. Like, he literally outran ashes from a volcano. Not to mention when Claire and Franklin, her dumb assistant, oh my god, that guy was so annoying. He sucked. When they get in the gyrosphere and they go over the cliff and into the water, who's there? Chris Pratt just jumps. He opens it and saves them. So yeah, Owen Grady's a superhero now, I guess. Not a single scratch on the guy. Reminds me of especially Pierce Brosnan's James Bond. Like, not so much in GoldenEye, but in Tomorrow Never Dies, World's Not Enough, and Die Another Day, you wouldn't see a single scratch on James Bond, and then Casino Royale's like, alright, well, throw that out the window. We're gonna have him get the shit kicked out of him, he's gonna get tortured, he's gonna get beaten. Oh yeah. Before Casino Royale, those were the dark days of James Bond where there wasn't a single scratch on him. Yeah, I feel the same thing happened here with Owen Grady in Jurassic World. Franklin Webb is the most annoying kid. Why is he here? Why is he in this movie? I don't get why Colin Trevorrow decided to write this character for this movie. He's the most annoying character ever. He's got so much fear in him, and he's just screaming. You know who he reminded me of? He reminded me of the annoying roommate from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh my god, I can't believe I almost had sex with her in my dream.
That's how low we have sunk. As it turns out, Eli Mills is actually the bad guy. He's the villain of the movie. What he wants to do is, because he's a rich billionaire playboy, he wants to bring the dinosaurs back to the Lockwood mansion to auction them off to the highest bidders for millions of dollars. Which doesn't make any sense for two reasons. One, you're a billionaire, so wouldn't you want to sell them for more billions instead of millions?
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
A trillion is more than a billion, numbnuts.
It doesn't make any sense. Second of all, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park 3 told us one thing. There's another island. It's called Isla Sorna! Why don't you just bring the fucking dinosaurs there? This movie makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm done. What? Like, Isla Sorna exists. Dinosaurs inhabited it at one point. It exists. Apparently Colin Trevorrow's trying to not wipe The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 from canon, but he's chosen not to acknowledge them. So that's why Isla Sorna doesn't exist in Jurassic World or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But I think that would have been a wiser choice. Like, you're taking them from one island and you're putting the dinosaurs in a mansion? It doesn't make sense to me. Put them on the other island. There's another island. These movies already established that. It's like, what if, say what you want about Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but it's like, what if Kingdom of the Crystal Skull just totally ignored Temple of Doom and Last Crusade and was just like, yeah, this is just Indiana Jones 30 years later after Raiders of the Lost Ark. But we're not even going to acknowledge that Temple of Doom and Last Crusade exist. No, you still have to. Just like how when Indiana Jones 5 comes out, despite what everybody wants to happen, you have to acknowledge Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is part of canon. I don't think that's the thing Colin Trevorrow really grasped when trying to plot out where this Jurassic trilogy is going to go. He just totally was like, yeah, I feel like he was just like, yeah, I don't like Jurassic Park 2, I don't like Jurassic Park 3, I'm just going to wipe them clean, start anew with Jurassic World. There's also this little girl in the movie called Maisie. She was fine. I think the actress that played her was fine. She's Lockwood's granddaughter, but then the big baddie Mills, again, played by Rafe Spall, who is a terrible actor, by the way. You see her with Chris Pratt and Claire in the mansion. They're like locked up in jail cells below the mansion. That doesn't make any sense either. Did they randomly just have like secret jail cell labs like built under this mansion? The more I think about it, the more this movie starts to amuse me. I feel like I could just turn this into a movie roast, but it's not as bad as Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 has fucking talking dinosaurs. This one doesn't, so I'll give it that. It's really everything in the second half of the movie, where after they get off the island, these dinosaurs just go back to the mansion, and as I was saying, my train of thought, before I got lost in that little tidbit there of this movie actually kind of being amusing, this little girl, she's Lockwood's granddaughter. And then all of a sudden, Mills comes to Claire, Owen, and Maisie because, you know, Maisie's gotta be like a daughter figure for Owen. And he's just like, yeah, well, all Lockwood wanted was his daughter. So he made another one. And that was the part in my review where I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That was the big twist of the movie. So not only are we cloning dinosaurs now, but we're cloning humans? In a Jurassic Park movie? Seriously though, the second half of this movie could have been so much better. Like, why didn't they just spend the whole movie on the island? That's what I wanted. I was very skeptical about the whole volcano blowing up and them having to save the dinosaurs, but that actually ended up, even though it was silly, it was cheesy, and it was dumb, ended up being the most entertaining part of the movie. That's the part I was enjoying the most. And then when you get to this mansion, it's like you have all these other rich billionaires bidding for the dinosaurs. Mills is selling them for millions of dollars. Like I said, he's a billionaire and he's selling them for millions. Sell them for more billions or trillions, for Christ's sake.
Why make trillions when we could make billions? All right, zip it.
And then we get introduced to the Indoraptor, because Jurassic World was a monster movie, so we have to make Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom a monster movie. No, you don't. You could have done that on Isla Sorna. What if all of the dinosaurs weren't taking off of Isla Sorna? There was one dinosaur nobody knew about, and it was the Indoraptor. What if the Indoraptor was on Isla Sorna, and all the dinosaurs went back to Isla Sorna, and then you just made a monster movie on Isla Sorna? That would have been better instead of having a giant-ass monster movie set in a fucking mansion. I mean, this is what I've come to expect from these Jurassic World movies, like this trilogy at least, that it's just gonna be monster movies, and I'm fine with that because it worked for Jurassic. The reason why it worked for Jurassic World was because the I-Rex was actually killing other dinosaurs, it escaped, it was starting to kill other people, and it was actually set on Jurassic World on Isla Nublar, not in a giant fucking mansion. It doesn't work. It felt like too much of this movie was about dinosaurs being auctioned off, and yeah, that was spoiled in the trailer. 98% of this movie is in the final trailer. It's spoiled in that trailer, and I think I would have been more okay with that if it wasn't spoiled in the trailer. I think that would have been an interesting little tidbit that the movie was going to present in its second half, but because I already knew about it going in, I was like, oh god, here we go. But, like, I don't feel like a monster movie like this works in a Jurassic Park movie, in a mansion. You have to set it on the island. That's why I don't really like The Lost World all that much, because the last act of that movie takes place in, like, San Francisco or some shit. I'm like, no. I don't like how the dinosaurs are brought into the real world. Like, keep them isolated on Isla Nublar, or more importantly, Isla Sorna. Okay? Basically, it just becomes a monster movie at a mansion. They're trying to take down the Indoraptor, and the Indoraptor isn't that menacing compared to the Indominus Rex. The Indominus Rex, you actually felt like, holy shit, I do not want to get eaten by this thing, and it could eat anything, even another T-Rex. The thing is it's like, it's basically the Indominus Rex, but smaller. The only thing it's got is that it's bulletproof. Although that scene, I think it does have a cool death scene when Blue is fighting it at the end, and they fall through they fall through this glass ceiling, and the Indoraptor gets impaled on a spike. And that's I will say this about the Jurassic World movies. The evil dinosaurs have pretty awesome deaths, so I'll give the movie that, but it doesn't make up for the last half hour of bullshit, and the characters make the most stupid decisions. Of course, when the Indoraptor is loose in the mansion, the little girl has to go hide under the covers in her bed with the Indoraptor outside her door. Obviously, it's gonna find you. So, why? Why even? I don't get it. It makes no sense. This movie just makes no sense. Oh man, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I mean, there's really not much else to talk about with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It's just the second half of the movie where it's a huge monster movie in a mansion, and you find out that this little girl is cloned, and that, like, Henry Wu is part of, like, their cloning, not her cloning, but, like, the dinosaurs cloning. He's giving off information to Mills. I'm just like, this is becoming cartoony. And it did become cartoony. I was like, we could have just, if this was the final half hour of the movie, then okay. But it's the second half of the movie. Why didn't you just spend the first 3/4 of the movie on the island? Or more importantly, the whole movie on Isla Nublar? I would have watched a volcano blow up for 2 hours trying to save dinosaurs. This movie is devoid of emotion, too. The only emotional scene I got was when they get on the boat and you see the island in the background just fading away into the dust, but you see the shadow of a Brachiosaurus and he just starts to fade away into the dust. I'm just like, aw, the poor Brachiosaurus. But that's all I got from emotion with this movie. I was just like, that poor dinosaur. But other than that, there's really nothing. This movie doesn't really have anything you can latch onto. Owen's the same character he was in the last one. Claire's the same character she was in the last one. I mean, she has a little bit more to do, and she's not wearing heels the whole movie, thank God. But, I mean, there's just, this movie could have been handled a lot better, and I think Colin Trevorrow was just too invested in his time with Episode 9 before he got fired from Star Wars Episode 9 to actually, like, finish an actual story and screenplay. Like, to me, this movie feels rushed, and that's really how I feel with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It's rushed. That's how I feel. It's rushed. Like, in all honesty, I have seen stencil graffiti with more depth than this. Thank you for watching my spoiler review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You guys are the best. I have a spoiler-free review you can check out as well. I have some other videos I will put at the end of this video, and I will leave all my links to my social media accounts in the description below. Thank you. Have a good day. My name is Alex Madden, a certified G and a bona fide stud.